Alright guys, so Cookie Run Kingdom has posted their patch note for the next update happening October 22nd featuring White Lily Cookie Awaken. So let's look at this together and see what we are going to be getting next. So October 22nd update notice. Hello and welcome to Cookie Run Kingdom. Venture deeper into the catacombs in the October 22nd update. What's new? The truth of the beast binding ritual lies hidden behind the veil of silence. Silence All Cookie finally reveals himself in front of White Lily Cookie. The beast of silence denies the possibility of freedom, and White Lily Cookie falls deeper into the catacombs, where she finds herself in the old trading grounds of the Kalanamic Knights. Now our hero must escape from her spectral pursuers. Will she be able to uncover the truth of the witch's magic within the depths where countless trials await? Episode 12, Hope for Freedom. The 12th episode taking place in Beastie's Hope for Freedom begins. And now we have a new special episode effect, Kalanamic. Starting from stage 12-7, the effect will be applied. The spectral flame meter fills with time and as you defeat enemies. When the meter is full, a spectral Kalanamic Knight enemy will appear. The Knight will cast the sign of Kalanamic debuff whenever they are hit, reducing the damage dealt by your team. At full stacks, the debuff will shackle your team, and Charcoal Cookie, Cellar Cookie, and Silent Salt Cookie are immune to this effect. And another effect, Bloom. Starting from episode 12-21, the Bloom effect will be applied. Gain the Lily Petal buff, which increases your team's damage whenever you defeat enemies. At full stacks, it will trigger the Bloom effect, making your team more resistant to Sign of Kalanamic. At the same time, Bloom will reduce the effect of your buffs. The awakened White Lily Cookie reduces the number of stacks needed to trigger Bloom and changes Bloom itself to Lily Blossom buff, which will increase your team's damage without reducing the effects of buffs. Alright, so it just kind of shows that, hey, if you have White Lily Cookie or Awakened White Lily, you get some extra buff. Alright, and then we have the tactical skill, Delicate Lily. And this one is going to deal damage to enemies and grant HP shield and damage dampening buff to the team. Gain a charge of this tactical skill for defeating a spectral Kalanamic Knight. If the awakened White Lily Cookie is on the team, the damage dampening debuff will make its target invulnerable instead, and you will gain 2 charges of the tactical skill instead of 1. Another bonus you get for having White Lily. And then of course we have the expansion of the Bear Jelly Balloon Expedition. So once you do get to episode 12, you're going to be able to go and, farm episode 12 Balloon Expedition. Alright, and then now let's go into the meat of the update, and that's going to be the Ancient Dawnbringer White Lily Cookie. Alright, so the awakened version of White Lily. And the skill. Upon awakening, White Lily Cookie's skill will change to Freedom's Bloom. Skill description. A flower bud that sprouted against all odds bursts open, dealing periodic damage to nearby enemies and additionally damage depending on the number of buffs White Lily Cookie has on herself. Enemies affected by the skill will become entangled in vines, unable to move or use skills for a certain time. The Bloom of Freedom deals damage to nearby enemies, increases the grass type damage they take, and applies the Seeds debuff. The seeds will sprout after some time, dealing damage to nearby enemies and entangling them in vines. Seed sprouting time will decrease whenever the target receives healing. Whenever White Lily Cookie uses her skill or when any team member gains a debuff, they will gain the Dawn Lily Restoration buff. Once Dawn Lily Restoration reaches a certain number of stacks, it will dispel all debuffs and heal the targets, while granting Petals of Restoration to certain cookies from the team. At the start of the battle, certain cookies from the team will gain Petals Restoration. White Lily Cookie cannot be silenced or shackled. Once per battle, if White Lily Cookie is defeated, she will become unable to act but will be protected by remembrance of yearning for a short while. Alright, so that is a lot of extra stuff here, guys. Obviously you can see like we're doing periodic damage. We're going to do some extra damage depending on buffs on herself. She also does have this entangling, makes it unable to move or use skill, and also on top of that she is going to be immune to shackle as well as silence. Alright, and then we also do have this like Petal of Restoration. We also do have this Remembrance of Yearning. I think that's the shield looking thing. I'm not sure if she's reviving here or not, but I want to say she is going to be reviving, because once per battle, if she is defeated, she becomes unable to act but is protected by this. And then when we saw inside of the video, she did come back alive as well. So I think we're getting another cookie kind of here that is going to have a revive. So we had Fire Spirit come with the revive. We had Pure Vanilla being able to revive another cookie. Now we have White Lily Awaken as well, who is going to be able to revive as well, additional to Golden Cheese, who was like one of the OG reviving cookies, right? So that is going to be the one. And then we also do have another gacha, of course, the special gacha where you're able to pull her and the Soul Prisms. You're going to need the Light of True Freedom. And if you do pull 150 times, unlike the Beast gacha, which is 250, you're able to go and get extra pity copy, which is going to guarantee 20 of the Soul Prisms to awaken her. All right, so that is pretty much what we have for White Lily Cookie. Of course, once we do have the update come out, we're going to be able to see more details, but we do also have this right over here, the epic Salt Cellar Cookie, all right, who is going to be a defense who uses a skill Knight of Solidarity. Salt Cellar Cookie's Indomitable Will fills the space, dealing damage and summoning 4 Calanamic Knights. She will grant HP Shield and the Proven Worth buff to the team. The latter will remove Mark of Calanamic from the targets, making them immune to this effect, and increases their damage resist. The summoned knights cause shockwaves, dealing damage and pushing back the nearby targets. The knight's attack speed can increase depending on Salt Cellar Cookie's defense and attack speed. They will also gain HP shields. After receiving a certain number of hits, the knights will deal a Strike of Solidarity, stunning their targets and dealing extra damage. If Silent Salt Cookie is on the team, it will trigger Remembrance of Solidarity, which will enhance Salt Cellar Cookie's skill and provide additional buffs for Salt Cellar Cookie and Silent Salt Cookie. Salt Cellar Cookie gains additional damage resist in proportion to her defense stat, increased with the biscuit. Alright, so it does look like she is going to be focusing more on that PvE section again, but I am very curious on how she will be if she is used inside of the arena, especially because she is going to be working with Silent Salt, who is going to be arena meta, as well as her stat is going to be based on defense with the biscuit, which is going to be very interesting to see. I want to see how good these knights are going to be, the summon units, and possibly see if the summoner is going to come back into the meta. Alright, next one is going to be the Guardian of the Rifts. This is going to be the tower defense game, right? A mysterious rift has appeared, unleashing hordes of monsters. As the Guardian of the Rift, you must hold the line and protect the Cookie Kingdom from these endless waves. Join this epic defense to keep your kingdom safe. Difficulty levels. Choose between 2 difficulty level, normal as well as hard, which hard is going to be challenging difficulty with stronger enemy that appear for a longer duration, unlocked after clearing on normal first. Alright, so that's going to be the condition right there. And then both modes offer a practice option where you can try without spending Guardian tickets, but you won't receive any rewards, so that's always nice to have a practice mode, right? Alright, how to play. So Guardian of the Rift is a strategy game where you invest your energy into summoning units and strengthening defenses. Merge units into stronger units and hold off waves of monsters as long as possible. So units. Units are cookies that can be summoned and used on the Guardian of Rift's battlefield. You can check the units available for the current season through the collection button in the lobby. Units come in hero, elite, rare, and normal rarities. Higher rarity units have better stats. When you have 2 or more identical units in the battle, they will automatically merge into a random unit of higher rarity. To merge an elite unit, you need 3 identical rare units. For a rare unit, you need 2 identical normal units. To merge a hero unit, you must collect specific lower rarity units according to the recipe. Hero units don't merge automatically but can be instantly summoned to the battlefield when the conditions are met. You can increase a unit's level using unit-specific level of cards, and higher levels mean better stats, giving you an advantage in battle. Alright, so that's a very interesting mechanics that they went with the hero unit, so I want to see how that one's going to work. And then we also do have the energy. Energy is an in-game resource required to summon units and strengthen the defense line. You can obtain a certain amount of energy when you defeat monsters or clear waves. And then you also can upgrade tab upgrade button to enhance your unit's attack speed, attack, and the probability of summoning higher grade units. Energy spent on upgrades cannot be refunded. Upgrades only last for the current game and will reset when starting a new game. Waves. The game progresses through waves, and failing to meet wave condition will end the game. In normal waves with multiple enemies, you fail if the number of enemies on the battlefield exceeds the maximum limit. In boss wave, featuring a single powerful boss enemy, you fail if you cannot defeat the boss within the time limit. Boss waves appear every 10 waves, and upon clearing them, you can choose a reward that grants additional summoning opportunities. And then we also do have enhanced enemies as well. During regular waves, there are a chance for an enhanced enemy unit, a crowned K count, to appear. These enemies have higher HP and defense compared to other units in regular waves, and they will disappear if not defeated within a certain time limit. Successfully defeating such an enemy before it disappears will reward you with a large number of bonus energy. Make sure to defeat them when they appear and feel free to summon and upgrade your units as needed. And then we also do have towers. It's a support structure located in the center of the map that provides an additional firepower against enemies. To activate the tower's ability, you must equip it with a core. Different types of cores will determine the tower's attack patterns and effects. We also do have bonds, where you have special combinations, rewards that is going to be able to be collected. You also have pausing and continuing, and the results. Final wave score points are rewarded based on the wave you reach when the game ends. Boss wave time bonus points are rewarded based on the remaining time in boss waves. Hero bonus points are rewarded based on the number of heroes you have when the game ends, and the tower bonus point, where points are rewarded based on whether you have equipped tower core. Alright, we also do have Chest of Fortunes. Alright, so Chest of Fortune is a special reward box earned from battle results. You can open these chests through the Chest of Fortune button in the lobby menu and will disappear once the season ends. When opening, you will have up to 4 chances to upgrade the chest. The higher the upgrade level, the more valuable the rewards inside. Alright, so I want to see how this one goes, if it's going to be very similar to Chest of Trophies or not. Maybe this is why they didn't add this Chest of Trophies for this time around. We also do have the ranking, and that is going to be delivered to in-game box once the season ends. We also do have the Master Mode difficulty for Beast Raid Chains of Silence. Alright, once you do finish Expert Mode, you are able to go into Masters in Season 2. It also means that these stuff are going to be resetting as well, so this is going to make the difficulty a lot harder. And then we also do have here Magic Candy Silver Bell one. Silver Bell Cookie gets a new Magic Candy, Verdant Chime. Silver Bell flowers bless the nearby enemies, healing them and increasing their grass type damage, debuff resist, and healing received. Lethal Chimes targets will be stunned and receive increased grass type damage. So I want to see how this is going to turn out. Maybe it is going to be used for Beast Raid and for boss raids as well. So we'll see how that goes. New Magic Candy for Green Tea Moose. Rush of Tea Leaves. Green Tea Moose's skill, Moose Shield, will fill the air with scent of green tea. The cookie will gain the tea scent buff during her transformation, which will allow her to further gain stacks of this buff with regular attacks. At a certain number of stacks, tea scent will grant the delightful aftertaste buff to the entire team. Whenever Green Tea Moose Cookie defeats nearby enemies, she gains stacks of Green Tea Mousse. At a certain number of stacks, it will trigger Mousse flavor. The Magic Candy will allow Green Tea Mousse Cookie to deal grass type damage, because she is right now wind type as well. Alright, so we also do have the Blooming Toppings, which is going to be the resident topping for White Lily, Salt Cellar, Silver Bell, and Green Tea Mousse. We have new artifacts in the Cookie Alliance as well, which is going to be the grass element. We also do have new arena statue, Banner of Freedom. Let's see here. I'm not sure if you have to buy it or not. Most likely. Oh no, you do have to buy it from the package. There you guys go. New Tree of Wishes design as well, which you also do need to buy. And new Sugar Gnome Hut, which also you do need to buy. And then we have 2 new icing themes, which is going to be for that Halloween theme as well. And then we also do have some additional changes and improvements. So We have the auto reset for individual auto reset for the biscuit. So use Radiant Biscuit Dough to automatically reset individual bonus. You may choose to pause the process whenever you get a result higher than the previously set value. Check the box to apply pause upon getting a higher value than the current setting. And we also do have some beast rate improvements. A shortcut button has been added in the team ideas screen when you do not have the cookies or treasures needed. This function has been added to guild battle as well. When the mode is set to challenge, it will not reset when entering the team settings screen, then returning. The first defeat animation for certain difficulties has been removed, and the issue where the attack speed limit was not applied for phase 1 for expert difficulty has been fixed. So we'll see how these changes affect us. We also do have some extra packages as well. So that's going to be for the October 22nd update, mainly going to be that story as well as Awaken White Lily, new mini game, as well as Salt Cellar. And then of course in 2 weeks after that, we are going to be getting those new costumes. We are going to be getting that new Gotcha of Fate theme, and then we are slowly going to move towards getting a story with all of the beasts and Dark Enchantress as well. So I'm excited for this. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for the live stream as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys then.